Welcome back to Dumbslate, a podcast about movies. My name is Felix, and I'm your host. We only have 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so let's get started. Today, we are covering Challengers, directed by Luca Guadagnino. The film is starring Zendaya as Tashi, Mike Fassett as Art, and Josh O'Connor playing Patrick. To be honest, to give a short summary of this film is pretty hard because it's kind of complex with a lot of layers, but here's my attempt. You have Tashi, played by Zendaya, this young tennis prodigy that these two friends, Art and Patrick, are swooning over. After an almost threesome, Patrick ends up winning Tashi over a tennis match against Art. And now fast forward a little bit, Art and Tashi attend Stanford together on the tennis team, and Patrick is playing in the pro circuit. Art is a terrible friend, hitting on Tashi while they're together at Stanford, and shit hits the fan. Tashi gets a career-ending injury. Patrick and Tashi break up, and now years later, Art is married to Tashi with a kid where she controls his life in and out of tennis. She thinks he's terrible at the moment, so signs him up for a small tournament to boost his confidence. And it turns out their good old friend Patrick is now a struggling tennis pro, living in his car, also in the same tournament. And all three friends get to meet, so now it's all awkward for everyone, and the drama ensues. I think the film was entertaining the entire time. It really started fast, ended fast, although it did end in slow motion. I love Luca Guadagnino, and this film didn't disappoint at all. Going from a serious, heavy drama and sad themes of his other films like Bones and All and Suspiria and Call Me By Your Name to now this fast-paced thriller sports film with drama and some pretty funny scenes is impressive, and I love it. He's incredible at telling a story and getting you to really feel emotions from every character. Now imagine that with a high-stakes, high-paced tennis film, awesome camera work, and the loudest music in a theater I've heard since Nolan. Zendaya really shines in this film as the overarching villain. She's fierce, tall, and intimidating, not just to the audience, but everyone else in the film. She has zero empathy and will do anything to be successful. She doesn't want anyone in her life who doesn't think the same. And the whole time I was really hoping for good to come out of Tashi. I was looking for it, being that person who wants to see the good in every character, but she just doesn't give it. She's honestly just a psycho that only cares about tennis and winning at tennis and doesn't want anyone to get in her way. And she's honestly only thinks that Art is even successful because of this. I love Josh O'Connor's Ratatouille scene when he's singing and when he's signing into the tournament. Guys, I'm so sorry, and I'm high, and I have to use a script. You'll know exactly what I mean if you've seen Ratatouille and watched this film. It's actually streaming on Prime as of right now. We do have to mention it's a sexual film, like sexual as fuck, without any sex, the whole movie, which is crazy because the trailers really had you thinking this threesome scene was going to happen. And yet the most sexual scene is Art and Patrick eating churros in the dining hall. Anyway, I think one of the best aspects of the film is the music by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, who actually also did the music for Bones and All for Luca. On top of that, they've done Social Network and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo for David Fincher. So known for their music and film, it felt like we were in a fucking club the whole movie, which I hate clubs, but I loved it here. Anyway, on to the important things. I rated it a 4.5, almost perfect in my books. Average rating on Letterboxd, 4, which is very good in the Letterboxd community, in my opinion, falling under a priority watch, at least for my ratings. Favorite Letterboxd review, we actually have 2. One comes from Vasali, average day for Wii Sports players. And then, I'm not pronouncing that name, but you know the culture of pickleball could never produce something like this, which I agree. Anyway, moving on. Is this film stoner friendly? Are you kidding with that music? You have to do what I do. Give it a 100 milligram drink and just sip throughout. We're running out of time. I got to go. Would you watch with your parents? No. Leave this for you and your friends. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Join us next Monday at 4:20, where we cover Long Legs by Osgood Perkins. Again, thank you so much for listening, and cut. We're literally smoking and talking about movies.